athlete.
Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams.
The athlete.
You have Bayview, and they want to keep the pace up, hit the boards, and play the game that they play. They are a 16-1 team, so they're doing something right if they keep playing the game that they've been playing all season round. And I talked to head coach from Washington, and he said the team is opening Trey White with open arms. He kind of said it's like the 2010 Miami team with D-Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh. You know, he said everyone's trying to establish themselves, but they're holding their own weight, trying to prove themselves, as well as welcoming. They're a family. So it's a little bit of, it's a little battle, but it's all friendly. So we're going to definitely have updates throughout the game. I'm going to keep you updated, have interviews at halftime, and I'll see you guys then. Signing out for the athlete for now, I'm Giovanni He.
All right. Thank you so much, Gia. Also, so she made a great point because this Trey White kid is not only any type of transfer. He's one of the top 15 players in the freshman class, came from Texas. It's almost like the NBA when you get a mid-season trade, you add that big of a piece to a high school team. What do you think? What's the biggest adjustment when you add a guy who's top 10, top 15 in his class to a Washington team that already has a Mike Foster, top 5 in the sophomore class, Deontay Long, one of the best players in the state of Wisconsin? What's the biggest adjustment for the players and coach?
Well, it's kind of difficult, coming into a game of this magnitude and being a new guy coming all the way from Texas here. We're going to see just how tough this kid is. I mean, will he have some early jitters trying to fit in with what they do with the scheme that Washington has? Or will Bayview kind of expose that, having a new guy out there and not really knowing the system that Washington has? You have to master a system. Coming into a system this late in the season with so much at stake, it can be tough on young Trey.
We're going to find out just how good Trey White is. Coming up next is the national anthem, and after that, we'll have your starting 5.
Okay. I'm trying. I feel like I'm at the barber shop. You barber me, you couldn't hear. Where's the flag at?
All right, that was the national anthem. Now we're about to give you the starting 5. Milwaukee, Washington, the visiting team looks like this. The number 6, 4th ranked team in Division II basketball will go Jimmy Brown, 6'8" senior. At forward, guard, 6'4", Jonte Martin. He's a star still. He's a senior. Also, the Michael Foster Jr., 6'9", sophomore, top 5 in the country for his sophomore class. Deontay Long, he's a senior, averaging 20 points, rounding his way into basketball shape. And then the freshman, the Dallas, Texas native transfer, Anthony Trey White. Bayview looks like this for them. They're going to go with B.J. Hintz. He's a 5'9" guard, 2020 guard. Khalid McCray, 6'4" guard. Shelton Williams Dryden is a 6'4", 2020 he's a junior, averaging 10 rebounds. Malcolm Pickett, 6'5", he's also 2019 senior. And then Kevin Cook, no stars on the team, but if one guy you want to look at, it's the Kevin Cook kid, averaging 18 points, leading his team in scoring, also 12 rebounds. They have 3 guys averaging 10 or more rebounds. I know you don't shoot well in high school, but still, 3 guys that have double-digit rebounds, that's amazing.
That's just shows you that Bayview really attacks the rebound offensively and defensively to get second chance opportunities, right? And to make sure that they limit guys to one shot. You know, the leading scorer here, Kevin Cook, he's going to need to step up in big-time situations. There's going to be some pivotal situations here today that Kevin Cook's going to have to step up. He doesn't have to lead the way the whole game, but at money time, he needs to show up.
I think I see a lot of people in this stands, from former Bayview players and to just basketball fans. This is city game. I haven't felt like a really city game in a while. This has that atmosphere of people ready to see great basketball. Bayview hasn't won conference since 2000. Milwaukee, Washington seems like they always win conference
Absolutely.
lately. So more at stake for Bayview to break history. And I know Bayview would love to be able to, at least, if Bayview even loses this game, they still will have a share of the city conference, but Washington has to win this game. The tip is up. Bayview wins the tip. 25 goes straight to the basket. Marlon Prickett, he gets them on the board first, twos him. And
Pickett.
Bayview starts off in a man-to-man. Looks like a little zone. First shot by Trey White off, Long with the rebound. He turns it over.
Turnover.
And the atmosphere, if you're Milwaukee Bayview, you want to start off to get this crowd behind you, to give them a reason to cheer, and that makes this Washington team have to play from behind the 8-ball.
Absolutely, and Bayview there with some 2-3, with some token pressure out of half court, kind of trick Washington up a little bit to show a little bit of man-to-man look there.
And number 5, holding up, that's B.J. Hintz. He's the sophomore, he's a junior guard. Steal, but Long comes with steal, White's ahead. He goes up. His first welcome to Milwaukee, Washington, Trey White. His first basket is a 2-hand slam, and I think he's ready to play.
Absolutely. That's a way to get some of that nervousness out, right? Get your first 2 points here in Milwaukee to be a dunk.
Good matchup. You have Foster holding 25, and that's Marlon Prickett. He's right all around.
Okay.
Basket by 34. Kevin Cook getting on the board for 2.
That's their guy. He has to be effective today. He has to be effective. He has to keep the pressure on Washington. More 2-3 here.
Yep, sellout crowd here in Bayview. Standing room only. This ticket sold out probably early today. It was a sellout crowd. Standing room only. The big fella goes up. That was Jimmy Brown. Can't make it. Rebound Prickett. Bayview pushes the ball up. Nice pass. Cooks. Block shot. Here's Long. Long putting that body. Long up, just the rebound goes up, strong, makes it a 4-4.
Well, even though Deontay Long is not in the kind of shape that he was a year ago, he still possesses that upper body strength.
Right. It's that old man strength he still has.
Right.
No matter how old he's going to get, he's going to always have that strength.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, right?
And if you've never seen Bayview play, which I haven't, but I've heard a lot of good things about this team, it's hard to just watch one player because they play so well together.
Absolutely, Craig. That's a pretty tough team to stop when you can't just key on one guy offensively. You know, Bayview is going to have to push that tempo early on. You saw them getting the basketball down the floor really quickly. That's going to be one of the keys to the game here today.
Well, yeah, like I said, Bayview once they averaged 88 points, leading the city conference in scoring. So they want to get it up. Long, no one stops ball. He gets in. He may be a little, maybe out of shape, what it looks like, but he still has that quick first step.
Well,
He's deceptive.
Deontay's Long, he's a senior.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
You can't teach that, right? So he got some battle wounds. That tiger has some stripes, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to show some of his maturity here tonight.
And that's another offensive rebound by Bayview. That's what they do better than any other team, probably in the state. Out of bounds, ball will stay to Bayview. Bayview inbounds the ball. BJ Hintz calling out plays. Switch
Screen on the ball there. Nice.
Three-pointer by BJ Hintz, giving Bayview 7-6 lead.
You know, that pick and roll, that just never gets old. Pick and roll right there at the top of the key. Nice shot by Hintz.
If you have a guard or a player, if you can do a pick and roll in high school, that causes so many mismatches at any level, especially high school, because high school players are not used to switching on the pick and roll. How do you guard that at such a young age?
Well, first of all, it has to be taught in practice, right? You have to have a scouting report, and your coach has to, kind of set some private practice time out to kind of diagnose that. But the ability to play pick and roll at any level of basketball is going to be effective.
That's a nice pass by Trey White. Now he's showing his whole game. He's not selfish, making a great pass, has hops, Foster with the rebound.
Oh.
And that sometimes Foster can get out of control. Big shot right there by 22, Sheldon Williams-Dryden. Foster thought about the three, decides to take a step back, no good.
And I like that shot from Foster, but let's get him inside first and establish a presence in there. Him being 6'9", just like he just did on the defensive end, protecting that rim. Let's start him inside. That's the reason why Bayview's in the 2-3 right now, because of Foster, right?
Yeah. And I think one of the things, if Washington want to win this game, they have to keep Bayview off the offensive board. But then on the other end, Washington has to get rebounds because they're only going to get one shot because Bayview is a tremendous rebounding team.
Well, Craig, if you look at these two teams and you had to probably assess who was the better rebounding team, you would think it would be Washington with their size and strength inside, right? But Bayview has some athletes.
Yes. Right, and I think rebounding, I was always taught, it's not how tall you are, it's the heart you have.
Absolutely.
You have to go get the rebound.
Absolutely.
So,
and putting the body on someone, boxing out, that's huge. Bayview does a great job of boxing out.
It's like, is that a one? I'm trying to figure out.
It looks like maybe some 1-3-1 here. They switched a little bit. It looks like some 1-3-1.
Number 10 for Washington just got in the game, and that is Trey Valeroni. He is a three-point shooter.
Nice pass. Nice pass from B.J. Hinch there to number 22.
Sheldon Williams-Dryden, but Washington comes back long. Finds Trey, number 24 to Martin. Martin kicks it back out to 24. 24 for Washington is Randy Blakely. Foster, three-point shot up, no good, and another one possession. That's Bayview. They keep you to one shot.
Absolutely. And Bayview's going to love it if Foster keeps cranking up three-point shots. That's playing right into their hands, isn't it?
This is amazing, the transformation. BJ, three, no good.
And there they are again on the offensive rebound. Two rebounds, Mike Foster.
This team is a great rebounding team, but we haven't said that at the beginning. Long goes up, ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Milwaukee, Washington.
As you can see, Craig, Long lacks some explosiveness once he gets to the rim, right? He's relying a lot on his size and strength in there.
Totally different player shape-wise than he was last year. Long, but he can do that. Gets it off his rebound, goes up, foul. Totally different player, but physically his body is not the same. We all know why his body's not the same. But last year, I've never seen him more as explosive, dunking two hands, taking off on people. I thought about this time of the year when I seen him at the First Coast Classic, he'll be back in around in shape. He still kind of looks the same physically, but maybe he's more able winding-wise to play the game. Maybe he has his wind to play a full game now.
Well, we're going to see later on in this game just how in shape he is, because that's when it's really going to take effect later on in the game when you have guys hanging on your body the whole course of the game and things like that. You got to stay hydrated, things like that. So we'll see just how much Deontay Long has in the tank.
He misses the free throw. Bayview's up 11-9. You want to slide now? Here comes Washington Foster. Bringing it, his Trey gets another two-hand slam. This kid is explosive. He's keeping his team in the game, whether it's his scoring or if it's passing. He has, 5 points and assists.
Well, Trey definitely knows how to find the rim. We see that early, doesn't we?
Another
steal.
Here comes Long. Long sees Trey. Trey goes up strong, gets the foul. He's going to the line, shooting 2. I've only seen 6 minutes of Trey White so far, and I'm impressed with 6 minutes of Trey White so far for this team. He gives Washington another option to score. When you look at their stats, it was pretty heavy with either Long or Mike Foster. Now you got another guy. I don't want to call him a third. This is a big 3. And I think that's what Gia was saying. It's almost like when D-Wade, LeBron, and Bosh came together on a high school level in a sense.
From the looks of it right now,
he's a freshman.
I'm shocked. He looks like a junior.
Yeah,
he looks like a junior. He's pretty poised out there today.
Body-wise, he has some meat on him. He's not a skinny 6'5". Man-to-man pressure by Milwaukee, Washington. Number 10 pulls up for Keelan. Can't make it. Foster with the rebound. He's going up. Passes it a little off. And, back to Foster. Foster tried to duck, couldn't do it. And that's the thing. Sometimes when you watch Mike Foster, he wants to initiate the fast break, but sometimes he's a little out of control. That's the time you give it up to a guard, get it back. You be the finisher. Foster for 3. No good. Bakley, block. And who's there? Old man Long. Bayview. BJ thought about the 3. Good pass. Ball's out of bounds. Gonna still stay with Milwaukee, Washington.
Craig, I just don't know if those are the shots we want Mike Foster taking in a game like this. He hasn't got inside and made his presence felt inside at all. He's 0 for 3 now from the three-point line, and I got to think that Bayview's happy with those numbers.
Well, especially you probably want Foster to kind of get warmed up, get some close shots. 34 Cook can't make it, Long with a rebound. But Washington,
here he is. This is where he's at his best.
Nice up and under. But
and there's Trey.
Welcome to Milwaukee, Trey White. My goodness.
I tell you what.
3 dunks. Gia's like, does he have 3 dunks and an assist? He's keeping his team in the game. 15-11. Milwaukee Washington's up 11-12 remaining here in the first half. BJ still by Trey. Trey's leading the break. Good pass to Blakely. Knocked out of bounds.
Hey, Craig. Bayview is having some trouble turning his basketball over, and then it's leading to some transition baskets. Trey's benefiting a lot from those transition baskets. 3 dunks, couple assists, right? Couple free throws.
And you think you play your first game with a city conference championship in line, and he has ice in his veins. Score right now, 15-11. Milwaukee, Washington is up. 10:51 remaining here in the first half. And it's a beautiful turnout here. Sellout cry out Milwaukee Bayview, and I'm pretty sure Bayview probably haven't seen these many people butts in their seat with this type of atmosphere in a long time.
And that's the first foul on Deontay Long, and that may play a factor here later on in the game. What does Washington go to if they get in some foul trouble today, right? Bayview has some depth, and that's what they've been playing on all year.
Malcolm Pritchard goes up. Foster with the steal, and here comes Trey White. There's probably another dunk. 4 dunks in less than 10 minutes, 8 minutes. Trey White.
He's pretty crafty. He's pretty crafty in leaking out a little bit, right, when he sees they're going to get the basketball.
Well, when you got a 6'9" guy back there, and Long, to his credit, is rebounding.
There he is again. Oh! What a foul.
8 minutes is played here in the first half. Milwaukee, Washington, 6-point lead, 17-11. Bayview is 16-1 coming into this game, 8-0 in conference play. Milwaukee, Washington, 7-1 in city conference play, 13-5 overall. Number 4 ranked Washington in the state, taking on number 6 Bayview in the state for the city conference. Possibly championship on line. Bayview, Washington has to win to put themselves in the conversation.
Big shot, big shot.
Big shot by Cordell Simmons, 6'3", junior, knocking down that shot. They was on a scoring drought for about 3-4 minutes, 13-17.
Bayview definitely needed that basket to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Long for 3, and Long drills the 3 right back at you, 20-13.
Craig, they can't let Long just step back and shoot threes. You got to crowd him and make him put the basketball on the floor there.
Nice one-hand layup by B.J. Hicks. Oh, White, step through, up, no foul.
Wow, there's a lot of contact there.
I like this point guard right here.
I think they got to attack Long, you know, offensively, make him move his feet a little bit, see what his lateral movement's like. He's carrying a little bit of extra weight, right? He may not be as efficient in moving laterally.
This BJ kid gets around, Cook gets the rebound, block shot. Here comes Washington. Long pull up three-pointer, top of the key, no good. Jonte with the rebound, no, but hit Bayview. You won't get a clean rebound against Bayview because they contest everything. Number 4, that's James Horton, enters 5'5". That may be generous. Looks long three-pointer by Keelan. Cordell Simmons. Timeout. Milwaukee, Washington, 20-18. And this game is electrifying. Bayview down 2.
Craig, that shot just set this place on fire, didn't it?
Yes, it was what they needed. They was on a scoring drop for out. As we look into Milwaukee, Washington, and huddle, Freddie White talking to his team, probably telling them to defend, don't let them go on runs, and keep them off the boards.
Absolutely. I think he's getting after his guys about their level of effort out there, willingness to get back on defense and match up and challenge shots. Right now, Bayview's on a little bit of run, right? I think they settled in today, and Freddie's challenging his guys. He knows that it's very difficult to win on the road in the city conference.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're fighting for a piece, at least a piece of the city conference, because you go back on Monday, you have a big game against Milwaukee Riverside, who's 7-1 also. So they want a piece of the city conference. So it's a big, you can't overlook this game if you're Milwaukee, Washington, because you got another big game coming up Monday. That's the City Review at Panther Arena. That's the remake game from the snow day that they had about 2 weeks ago. So a big week for Milwaukee, Washington.
Definitely an uphill climb for those guys, right?
It almost looks like Bayview wants Washington to shoot the 3 if you're going to beat us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Washington's playing right into their hands a little bit with 5 guys out on the perimeter. Mike Foster being one of those guys. I want my 6'9" guy somewhere around the basket, at least flashing in, ducking in, maybe to get a touch. Not necessarily to shoot the basketball, but maybe to get a ball reversal for a jump shot, right?
You sound
the defense collapse and we get a ball reversal.
And you sound like me, but my partner whose sister is usually Jose, like, it's positionless basketball now, Craig. You can be I'm thinking, yes, it is, Coach Winston, but it's good to have your 6'9" guy down there.
Absolutely.
But we do a lot of Nicolay games, and you want Jalen at the top, Jalen Johnson for Nicolay. You want him surveying the court. So I understand that. But Mike Foster is not your point guard. He can be a wing player that can post up sometimes. So I agree with what you're saying. He can do a lot of damage at the high school. He'll average 30 if he ever wanted to post up.
Absolutely.
Consistently.
Maybe I'm just a little bit old school, but the basketball I know, if they're in the zone, the best thing you can do against the zone is get some penetration, get some ball reversal, you know, attack guys, make the zone collapse, and then get a three-point shot off after the kick.
Cook is going up for 2 shots. First one is up, and that is good, making it 19-20. Milwaukee, Washington with a 1-point lead. 7:56 here remaining in the first half here at Bayview. This is a great representation of the city conference right now. A sellout crowd, standing room only, and the crowd is into it. Second shot by Cook is good. All right, we got a report update by Gia. Gia, what you got for us?
All right, guys. Well, I was able to sneak into the timeout huddle for Bayview, and they said that they wanted to maintain on focusing on the game of basketball. Things were getting kind of intense leading into that timeout, and the refs had to come over and make sure the guys didn't lose focus. And Coach also didn't know what to expect from Trey White coming into this game. He said, what you guys see is going to be our first time seeing him as well. As you guys can tell, I mean, hey, Trey has had 4 dunks in this first half, so they're already getting a taste. It looks like that young bull there is handling the pressure well, so it's going to be rather interesting seeing how he does for the rest of the game. If there's any more updates like this timeout now, I'll bring them to you.
All right, thank you so much, Gia. Also, so she makes a great point, Sanjay, when she said that the temperament of both teams. There's a lot of times when you're playing in big games, your emotions can get the best of you when you're a young team. I think Bayview, before that last timeout, both teams kind of bumped each other, and that could escalate. These referees will do a good job of staying on top of that problem.
Well, I think both coaches need to express that their team needs to have poise. You got to be poised in these kind of situations. I know Bayview's the kind of new kid on the block. Washington has a lot of tradition over there. So lots of state championships, girls and boys basketball. And Bayview's aware of that, and they want to make their presence felt. But you got to stay poised in this game here tonight.
24, Bayview. With that last basket, Bayview takes the 24-22 lead. 6:56 remaining here in the first half.
Showing some press here. Some token press here.
Update from Gia. Coach Riley was saying in that last timeout, they want to actually, like you said, work that block to get some ball movement down there and get Foster, as you see him right now, on the block, because he can just shoot right over anybody.
Absolutely.
That's the shot you want if you're Bayview.
Absolutely.
Lately. But Foster, nice pass to Jonte. Jonte misses it. Ball has stayed with Milwaukee, Washington.
I absolutely believe that we got to get some motion around guys and not have guys just standing around the three-point line. As you see Mike Foster in there on a low block, but we got to get somebody at the high post too.
Good dribble right there by Trey White. Drawing the foul, he'll go to the line. He's been their most productive player by far so far here in this first half, just because of the things, either with the ball, getting his own shot, or getting his teammates involved. He has a good-looking form. We know he missed that shot. That's always the announcer's jinx, but he has a good-looking form.
Absolutely, you jinxed him there, Craig.
I'm just imagining, what is it? I mean, do you remember your first college game? Like the nerves you might have had, a new environment, away from home. I can imagine you were like 19, 20 at that time, but being 14, maybe 15, what Trey White is, a new city, a new environment, a new teammates. He's performing well.
Craig, this kid has impressed me tremendously here tonight. If he wasn't here tonight, I would say Bayview would probably have an 8 to 10 point lead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Most definitely. I never thought about that situation. There's a 3-point shot there by Milwaukee, Washington. That was off. That shot was up by Jonte Clay. Ball will stay with Bayview. Bayview has a 3-point lead, 26-23.
I just don't think that Washington has the type of caliber of players that's going to shoot Bayview out of that zone.
Right. And I'm still trying to get a gauge on Bayview. Like, we've watched Washington. There's Prickett.
Oh,
that's
nice.
a good shot over the big fella. You just can't name one player for Bayview. Like, they have 28 points, but it's well distributed among the 5 players.
Absolutely. Which makes it tough.
Yeah. Well, Washington, it's 3 people, Long, Foster, or White.
Looks like some 3-2 here. 3-2, some matchup zone.
And that's a good 3-pointer. If you're Long, that's the shot you want him to take. And White with the tip in. I mean, I'm going to put on record, he's probably the best freshman in the state of Wisconsin right now.
Absolutely.
Hands down, even though he only played 1 game.
Absolutely.
He's the best freshman in the state. 3-pointer again by Cordell Simmons. And if you're Milwaukee, Washington, you might want to cheat out on that kid. That's his 3rd 3-pointer here in the first half.
Well, Craig, as I touched on early in the game, it looked like some confusion there by Washington defense. 1 pass and an open 3-point shot. That's just not going to get it done here tonight.
And Mr. White, Trey White, his name is, I'm calling him Mr. not Zeesh. 31-27, White's keeping Washington in the game. Another three-pointer. Simmons, heat check, no good as he falls down, but rebound by Jimmy Brown. Jimmy should get rid of that ball.
Come on.
Here's 22. Shelton goes up, no fouls called. Another rebound, offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound by Bayview. Long, he's some fast break opportunity. Head up. Foster's in the post. You got to give it to the big fella if he's down there. White, top of the key. Thought about it, kick out, three-pointer.
That's what you got to get right
Driving,
there.
Kick, Foster with a rebound. He goes up, no foul. Rebound, Bayview. Here comes Bayview. They're red. B.J. Hinton missed, but Simmons with the follow-up. Wow, a lot of action right there. But if you're Mike Foster, if you're Washington, Foster's asking for the ball. He's where you talked about you want him to be at, on the block. You got to reward the big fella if he's going to go down there and post up for you.
Well, as one of my good friends, Jose Winston, that's the time when the point guard has to recognize what's going on,
yes,
get the ball to the side of the floor, 45 degrees, and get Mike Foster a touch. Not necessarily to shoot the ball, but keep him involved, right? Make Bayview collapse on that. Bayview's well aware of who Mike Foster is inside of there.
Yes.
That's why they're playing that 2-3 zone.
Free throw is good by B.J. He knocks it down, 33-27, 4:07 remaining here in the first half. And Foster again on the block. Now that's his shot right there, the medium range he can knock down. White, top of the key, three, no good. Foster with the rebound. Foster goes up, and one. Basket's good. That right there was all because Foster was not at the perimeter. He was baseline. Now he's able to rebound, offensive rebound, and in the zone, or whatever they're playing, 1-3-1. There's no box-out responsibilities.
Absolutely. You just got to find somebody in that zone. But just having Foster around the rim equals opportunity for the big fella, right? So we want to keep that guy around the rim, even if he may step out on occasion to take a three-pointer or a short jump shot. He started there in the short corner a little bit, but being around the rim, he benefited from it.
And I made a statement that I think Trey White may be the best freshman that we've seen, or maybe in the state this year. And if you're watching this game through Facebook, leave a comment. Who do you think is the best freshman here in the state of Wisconsin? I'm trying to think of something off the back of my mind. Basketball right there, that's by Kevin Cook. And I'm drawing a blank on some of the other top freshmen here in the state of Wisconsin. I know it's a kid at Menominee Falls. J.P. Tokyo, little brother's there. He's a freshman. So that's the only player I can think of right now. More freshmen, leave a comment. Who do you think is the best freshman? Foster. Mama, there goes that man. 35-32, bringing Milwaukee, Washington back down 3 points, 3:18 remaining. Cooks for the jump shot, no good.
On the boards. Bayview's constantly on the boards.
Here goes Trey. Trey goes up, tough shot, bringing Washington down by 1 point, 35-34. 2:58 remaining here in the first half.
Yet and still, Craig, Bayview having 2 or 3 cracks at the basket there. You know, those type of opportunities will pay off later in the game.
Turnover by Bayview. Oh, BJ hits the ground hard. Fouls called. BJ took a nasty fall going from a loose ball foul. Both teams are playing with passion, playing with effort.
Well, Craig, this is a city conference game. What else could we expect?
That's very, very true. Number 2's in the game for Milwaukee, Washington. That is Kerryon McKee. He's a sophomore guard. Also number 10 in for Trey Valeriano. He's a sophomore. High-low.
That's what I like. Deontay Long in there, high-low, sucking that zone in, and then leaving Foster down there. He's going to make more than those, and he's going to miss.
Definitely. Number 10 is for three-pointer. McKay knocks down the 3. 38-34. Every time Washington makes a run, Bayview quiets it with a big shot.
These guys have answers from multiple positions, Craig.
24, Blakely knocks that down. Remain Blakely knocks down the 3, 38-37. Back and forth game we have here for the City Conference Championship on the line. Good defense by McCray. Three-pointer on the ground, they're going to say before the shot, so it won't be 3 shots. That is the 5th foul for Milwaukee, Washington. Back in the game, Trey White back into the game. He comes in for Trey Valerino. (38-37), minute 47. A turnover. Oh, they're saying that was a hold on Kieran McCray, and that is the 6th personal foul.
With 1 minute and 46 seconds, now Bayview being in the bonus. This is going to be big. Washington has to play defense without fouling.
BJ is going for 2 shots. First shot is up. It's good. 1-on-1 situation. Second shot is up and knocks it down calmly, giving him 3-point lead, 40-37. 1:44 remaining here in the first half. Milwaukee, Washington down 3. Foster's back on the perimeter now. They got 4 out, 1 in. Deontay Long is underneath the hoop. Tried to force the ball into him. And then they turn the ball back over. Ball will go.
Well, once again, we see Mike Foster on the perimeter. When he was working inside, he was getting high percentage shots. I'd like to see him do more of that. Stay the course there. Trust the process.
BJ finds Malcolm. Malcolm goes up. Michael Prickett. We have been calling his name a lot tonight. He's been playing great basketball for this Bayview. Are they the Red Cats?
Yep.
The Bayview Red Cats. I always want to call them the Red Raiders. Foster for 3. Foul. 3 shots coming for Foster. Not a good foul if you're Milwaukee Bayview.
I don't know if you want to foul that. Mike Foster 0 for 3
right
from the 3-point line, struggling a little bit.
He can make that shot, but tonight he's off a little bit.
I'd like to get a challenge and a block out, and I'll be fine with that. If I'm going to get beat, I like Mike Foster to beat me from the 3-point line.
Foster makes a free throw, cutting the lead to 4, 42-38.
You don't want to give a guy like that free looks at the basket, seeing the ball go through the rim. He's too good for that.
He misses the second shot, absolutely right. That can get his rhythm. Most scorers like to see the ball go in the hoop. That gives them more confidence.
Absolutely.
Third free throw is up. And that's good. 42-39, Milwaukee, Washington down 3. 1:05 remaining here in the first half. You're listening and watching The Athlete Live. Right now we're on Facebook, so go to the Facebook, the athlete.co. Trey White, here comes another dunk. One-hand slam. Mr. White. Texas to Milwaukee. 42-41. Milwaukee, Washington down 1. 40 seconds left. I'm not sure, baby. It looks like they're going to try to play for the last shot. BJ goes back, turnover. Milwaukee, Washington now can play for the last shot. If Foster looks at the clock, 17 seconds. He passes, turns it over. Here comes Cordell Simmons. Simmons goes up with the Figaro, and White says, not in my neighborhood. White does it all, plays defense, shoots threes, and we know he can get up and dunk it. I like his feel for the game.
Looks like it's going to be Bayview coach. Daryl Longley. Daryl Longley. You say Coach Longley.
But remind him, he might forget.
Because it might be him or the assistant.
30-second timeout by Bayview. 10:03 remaining here in the first half. Good game, high-scoring game. Bayview's right on pace. They scored 88 points, 42
Absolutely.
right now
Absolutely.
for the first half. So style of play definitely is going to Bayview right now. They're playing their game.
Yep, Craig, I said that at the beginning of the game. Tempo will be huge for Bayview. They've been able to keep the tempo. This is their style of basketball here. 42 points. I got to think Coach Longley is drawing up something here to get them a good shot out of this timeout on the baseline out of bounds.
They say most teams, you can tell if you have a good coach of what you draw out of a timeout. So let's see what they run here with 10 seconds left. They get it into Malcolm Pritchard. He has been a hot guy. He challenges Foster, no good. 4 seconds remaining. Foster gets it up. Blakely fake, bows up three. Yes, good! Milwaukee, Washington takes a 3-point lead going into a 2-point. They get it into Malcolm Pritchard. He has been a hot guy. He challenges Foster, no good. 4 seconds remaining. Foster gets it up. Blakely fake, bows up three. Yes, good! Milwaukee, Washington takes a 3-point lead with Coach Freddie Raleigh to talk about that first half. Gia, what you got for us?
All right, Coach, 44-42. It's been a great first half. Both teams equally yoked. How do you feel your team is playing together, all together for the first time right now?
I think they're doing pretty good. They're managing the game pretty well. For the magnitude of the game, knowing what's at stake, I think they're doing pretty good on the road. We kind of used to this, you know. That's why we set our non-conference schedule for big-time games like this. And hopefully it'll work to our advantage. Right now it's working for us this half. So hopefully it'll continue to work for us second half.
Now, Mike Foster having a little bit of trouble making those shots right now. How do you look to get him more involved in the second half?
Well, the first thing we're trying to get Mike to do is settle in. His adrenaline is real pumped up. He's excited. You know, he really wants to make his stake and prove himself. So sometimes with young men like that, we try to encourage them just to settle down a little bit, get yourself in some comfort shots, get yourself to some spots where you know you can make shots 8 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times to get yourself going. That was a huge rebound for Michael Foster at the end of the half because we just talked about that. I don't want no tip-ins, no second shots to end the half. He got the rebound and did a heck of a job to outlet it to get us a big-time three to end the first half.
Now going into the locker room, what's the theme? What's the message to the team?
Transition defense right now and closing out on the threes. Like we talked about before the game. You know, those are two of our biggest concerns because they shoot the ball really well. We're doing a good job of containing the inside of Malcolm and Kevin. But right now it's transition defense and covering the perimeter threes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time and good luck second half.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that interview, Gia. Now, coming up at halftime, we have the exclusive one-on-one interview. A lot of you guys probably seen their work, but I have the man here himself. And before I say anything, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the people out there.
I'm Jake Nelson. I'm the founder and owner of Movement Hoops. I'm one half of the team, and yeah.
Bring the mic a little bit closer. So, yes, this is Jake from Movement Hoops. A lot of you guys seen his work out there. These guys cover the state of Wisconsin and bringing you those mixtapes. The tapes, first off, how did that get started and what brought you, because when we watch you guys work, you're everywhere, not just in the Milwaukee area, the Madison area, you guys are everywhere.
Right, just the passion of the game. The ball stops bouncing eventually, so I wanted to stay part of the game, and what better way to do it than film the next generation.
So that you got involved, you play basketball, you just want to stay part of the game?
Back in the day I played, yeah, back in the day.
Well, you guys do a great job, not just for guys who can't see, like some people can't get to Madison, so you can't see guys in the Madison area. You guys do a great job of not giving people who are not basketball players, who are basketball players, a vision of what that player plays like.
Exactly.
Not just the dunks, you show pass, you show block. So for kids out there, you probably get this a lot. How do I get a mixtape? Do you get that question asked a lot?
Yeah, all the time. I don't know how many hundreds of messages we have, but just show out when we come. We film the whole game, so we have select players who we follow, but if you're balling, I'm going to show you love. So just when you see the camera on, just ball out and we'll show you love.
You said a great thing. You're one half of your teammate.
Right.
Shout your teammate out because he does a great job.
Yeah, we got Isaac here.
Isaac does a great job.
He does a great job. He's excellent at what he does. He played basketball a little longer than me, and I started doing this before him, and he always told me I wanna do it, and then he did, and and we've started something pretty good, and we continue to grow.
It's one thing when people to say they want to do it, but to see his dedication, to see his work ethic, and then to see his finished product of the mixtape, you got to be happy with his work.
Yeah, he's really good. He learned on the fly, and he's probably better than me at editing, so he's really good at it.
All right, so if you guys ever want to get out there, give them your website, give them your information so they can follow you guys, if they don't know by now.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Movement Hoops. We have a website. It's under construction. I know it's been under construction for a while, but it'll be up and running soon. Get your merch.
The athlete want to thank Movement Hoops because you guys helped us with the show, giving us mixtapes, showing so we can help expose people to players that we can't get to. So much love from the athlete. Coming up now, thanks for stopping with us. Coming up now, we're going to go to our very own, we call him Sean Steenbridge. He had a story. He sat down with MATC, and here's the story.
Hey, I'm Sean Steenbridge here with the athlete. Did you guys know that we got one of the best teams in the National Junior College here in our backyard? These guys are ballin'. I caught up with two of the players and the coach. Come check us out. Here with Coach Randy Casey of the MATC Stormers. How you doing today, Coach?
Good, how are you?
Coach, just to address the elephant in the room, we are nationally ranked. How does that feel?
It's great. It's a long time coming, I think. We got a right group in here that's willing to put in the work and be part of a team to get us where we are today.
Coach, so I believe we became Division II?
Yeah, this is our first year. We're NJCA Division II, so we were able to go out and get some guys and now offer scholarships to some of our student athletes, so it's definitely a bonus for us now.
Here with Jason from Riverside. Actually, here with Jason from the Milwaukee MATC Stormers. How does it feel, man, to be nationally ranked?
Man, it feels good, man, you know, just to get some recognition. You know, this team ain't really, been doing a lot, so we just try to stay working, you know what I'm saying, get some recognition. That's what we need.
You say recognition, do you mean playing for a scholarship?
Definitely want a scholarship, definitely trying to get to the next level, you know, whether it's D1, D2, NAIA, you know, just trying to get to the next level, keep working and get a championship. That's what we really want.
So being from the local area, Riverside grad, right? How does it feel to have your college team on the map, nationally ranked for almost the first time?
It feel real good, we just gotta keep working. I'm trying to get number one. I ain't satisfied with 18, but you know, it definitely feel good.
Here with Shannon Stanford, one of the best players in the nation. How you feeling, Stanford?
Good.
How does it feel, man, to be nationally ranked?
It was my first time ever, if you ask me. It feels good. We came here, didn't know none of the people. A couple players from Milwaukee, but we just got together and made it happen.
So, MATC is giving out scholarships. We hear that Mr. Stanford is on scholarship this semester. How does that feel?
It feels good. Yeah, I came from nothing. I just came to an open gym. They just asked me to hoop. I did what I did. Now I'm here. I got a scholarship now.
Here with Mikhail, starting guard for MATC Stormers. How does it feel to be on a nationally ranked team and on a pursuit for this championship?
I mean, honestly, it really feels great. But it's a lot of adversity you got to face. You know what I'm saying? You got to come together with your teammates because, it's not going to always be your day. So as long as you know they got your back, you got their back, it couldn't be a better feeling. I'm happy to be with this group of guys. Couldn't be more happier.
All right. So you being happy with this group of guys, that must mean you love to hoop. So how does it feel to be hooping on scholarship?
Honestly, I started this year as a walk-on. You know what I'm saying? The coach didn't really know too much about me. So just coming to the open gyms and being accepted with these group of guys made it even special for me. So that's a big plus, and I'm glad I could be here.
Being a local, how does it feel to have your team nationally ranked? And where do you think being nationally ranked will take the MATC program?
Honestly, it could take us somewhere because this program was doubted by a lot of people, and a lot of people didn't want to come here because of the situations. This is our first year D2 JUCO, we're nationally ranked. How can you beat that? You know what I'm saying? So for us group of guys to come here and change the program around and want to do better and give it a better situation, a better look for the city, you know, it's real good. So it feels good to put the city on our back and to make sure it's a better reputation here.
Well, Craig, here with the Mikhail signing out. Craig, you better get down here to this MATC game, man. If it's going down.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What no? Huh? You get the whole team? Oh, no, you're right. You don't got to start with us. You sure? Huh? And welcome back to the Athlete Live here at Milwaukee Bayview as Milwaukee Bayview taking on Milwaukee Washington. Halftime score, Bayview down 44-42. Sanjay, what did you like about that first half?
Well, I like the tempo that Bayview established early on, attacking Foster inside. Even though he blocked some shots, they continue to attack. Washington, I also like the fact that Bayview came out to a 2-3, made Washington take a bunch of long jump shots. They played right into their hands. But Washington, being that poised veteran team, staying the course, keep chopping wood, they found a way to get the lead.
Trey White, from first time his debut for Milwaukee, Washington, kept this team in. So now we're going to the second half. Make sure you keep watching the second half, and we'll give you updates throughout. So thank you. Second half action on the way.
Until you come back. Just follow the, go up there and just follow the game until you get back. Hey, I want me to start something.
Floater, no good. Martin, and
there's Bayview again on the offensive rebound, giving themselves other opportunities.
White, this time he's leaving the break, but he got the rebound. Foster with a spin move. And 25, Malcolm Prickett meets him at the rim, but turnover, and Jonte Martin is the one who comes up. My goodness, these kids is playing some great basketball. BJ Hintz knocks down the shot.
Craig, you're not going to see a lot of guys meet Mike Foster at the rim, right? That's impressive.
Marlon Prickett, well, he's listed at 6'5". Foster is 6'9". That was a big-time block right there by Marlon Prickett. 48-47, Milwaukee, Washington with a 1-point lead. Pick and roll. White spins, loses the ball. Here comes Bayview. BJ goes up for the easy layup. Now they return the lead, 49-48.
Craig, this is like two heavyweights slugging it out here.
You gotta love this basketball right now. I mean, you're watching it for free, but we're here in person, and you're seeing a great two teams that I can see why these are the top two teams in the city conference. White, pull up. Mrs. Brown, big Jimmy Brown. JB with the rebound, he goes up strong.
Craig, that's a lot of meat down there for Washington.
Washington's probably not just a big team from height-wise, they're a big team from body structure-wise. You got some big kids from Jimmy Brown to Long to Martin. You got some, and even White is a solid dude. Good pump fake.
That's nice. That's real nice there.
Pump fake, that was
Keelan McCray with a nice move.
Making his presence felt here in the second half. You're not using it? Deontay Long, top of the 3-3, no good. White passes to Long. Long swings the ball. Washington moving the ball around. White at the top of the key. He finds McCray, traveling call. Ball will go over to Bayview. Bayview with a 1-point lead, 51-50.
Craig, I haven't said this at all, but Daryl Long's done a great job with this Bayview team here. They seem very poised. They seem like they've been here before, not shaken at all by what's going on here tonight.
Ball's knocked out of bounds. Bayview keeps it. Good, tough pass. The Cooks couldn't handle it, and also Malcolm Prickett couldn't handle it. White playing some point guard for his team right now.
I don't really see Milwaukee Washington winning any zone breaker type defenses here. It's kind of like they're just kind of going free for all, you know, kind of freelancing.
Yeah. And Long is able to score right there on that basket. You're absolutely right. Besides the little pick and roll that they did with White and probably Jimmy Brown, Washington is more of a freelance type of offensive team.
Yeah.
They get it within the flow of the game. White, Bayview with a 52-51 lead, 13-30 remaining here in the second half. Foster goes up strong. He can make a killing all day if he's willing and want to stay down in that block presence.
He has to buy into Coach Riley's system. I'm sure Coach Riley wants him around that basket. And I'm sure Mike wants to expand his game a little bit. If you really want to dominate basketball at this level, though, you got to dominate it at 6'9" around the rim.
We want to thank all the viewers out there that's watching this game live through our Facebook page. Foster back on the block, below sky hook, and that is new to me. Having him do that jump mini sky hook, that is, no one in the state is going to block that shot.
Well, you know, that's one of the first moves that a coach teaches their big guy, a drop step and then a little short jump hook.
Timeout card on the floor, 56-56, tie game here at Milwaukee Bayview. City Conference title on the line. 30-second commercial break.
Trusted Kicks is a place where you can buy, sell, and trade sought-after sneakers. You can find us in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. We buy Jordan Retro sneakers along with other exclusive models such as Kanye West Yeezy shoes and many others. Make sure to stop in and check us out at 532 North Water Street or visit us at our website, which is www.trustedkicks.com.
All right, welcome back to Bayview High School here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as Milwaukee Washington, 4th ranked in the state for Division II, taking on number 6 in the state, Milwaukee Bayview. We are tied up with 12:28 to go. A lot of basketball time remaining here in this second half. It looks like the game is slowing down a little bit. Milwaukee Washington defense is stepping up, but Bayview is answering every call.
Well, it's no surprise that the team who makes the most mistakes here tonight is going to be the unfortunate group.
The debut game of Mr. Trey White, Anthony Trey White, let me get that correct, made his debut game, and he's been all but they advertised. This kid's unselfish, can shoot, can pass, plays defense, only a freshman. The team help with Mike Foster going forward. These two are going to be a dynamic duo, not only in the state of Wisconsin, but this team, I can see them getting more invites to bigger high school tournaments in December when the high school tournaments kind of roll around next year. Long goes up and one.
That's that old man strength we talked about underneath the rim. Although he doesn't look the same physically, we've said it, he's still a beast up underneath the basket.
He's still a tough guy. He's a load to handle because he is so physically strong. Bayview at the top. Number 10, Kennan. Can't make it. Long with the rebound. Here comes Washington. Long handling the rock, head up, good pass. He finds Foster. Foster tried to do something strange up in the air, and Long.
There's Long again.
With the offensive rebound. My goodness, Foster. Just the attempt made me go woo.
It looked like he was about to attempt some type of windmill dunk there off the alley-oop, which would have sent this place through the roof.
And Long's going right back to the free throw line. Long is making his presence felt now, too, in the second half. He's getting to the free throw line. He's a guy that should be able to shoot 9 to 10 free throws a game just off of his sheer strength.
Well, Craig, I touched on that early on in our pregame. Washington being able to play inside out and dominate the paint. They seem to be doing that a little bit right now.
We have a substitution coming in.
And Washington showing some three-quarter court pressure here.
Not sure what they're trying to. All right, here we go. We got play action, resuming action right now. 56-61, Milwaukee, Washington with a 5-point lead, 61-56. Like you said, that token full court pressure here by Washington. Trapping foul will be called on Trey White and gets a little testy.
Well, Craig, I think they're definitely going to start testing Trey a little bit, welcoming him to Milwaukee and Milwaukee basketball. Trey did a great job of not responding to it.
I don't think you want to test Trey. He comes from the state of Texas. Those guys play football. That whole state, even if you play basketball, at one point in time, you played football.
At the first sport down in Texas is football.
You don't get a basketball when you come out the womb. You get a football.
Absolutely.
Texas, hook 'em horns. BJ pulls up, no good. Another rebound. Another offensive rebound by Bayview because that is what they do, and I don't think any team in the state does it better than Bayview.
You know, I'm watching Bayview, and it's not as if they send 3 or 4 guys to the rebound, but the guys who go, they go.
They go. Offensive foul on 34. That will be Kevin Cooks. That's his second personal foul.
Well, a pretty good officiated game here tonight. The refs are doing a great job of letting the players decide what's going on here tonight. That's a token to these are 3 veteran officials who work the city conference here.
Long playing the point guard. I like when Long and White kind of switch off because now White can come play off the ball. Looks like he's a pretty good shooter. Has great form. But this is if you're the senior, if you're Long. White for 3 at the top, a little off. But if you're Long, this is where you put your stamp on the game, being the senior,
Absolutely.
been here 4 years. Cooks, too hard, pass no good. Ball turnover. Ball to go back to Milwaukee, Washington. Now White's bringing the ball up. Washington, Bayview's back in that 1-3-1. Foster's at the top. It looks like Washington's going to move the ball around, and three-point shot is up. That shot is up by Trey Bellarino.
Well, Washington has extended this lead a little bit here in the second half.
The tempo is right now is definitely favoring Milwaukee Washington. Bayview wants to get up. At this rate, they won't hit that 88 point. They need to get this tempo going. Good pass, Cooks, block shot, could have been goaltending by Foster.
That was absolutely goaltending there.
But you like him being the president around that rim.
Well, Foster has about 7 block shots, so Bayview's well aware of where he is defensively.
If you Bayview at some point in time, with you being down, you might have to come out of that zone. You might Foster for 3. No good, in and out. Rebound by Pritchett.
Bayview still limiting Washington to pretty much one shot now.
McCrae goes in, ball is tipped. No, they're going to say the ball goes to Milwaukee, Washington.
This game has slowed down tremendously for Bayview. They need to get up and down, force the issue against Washington, make them get back on defense, put the pressure on them in transition.
Blakely for 3, in and out. This long with the rebound. He goes up, no foul, goes up again.
And one.
Washington is making their presence felt, which is kind of the opposite on that offensive rebound, because Bayview is the best rebounding team, but Washington's saying that they can play that game too. But when you got a guy like Long, no one's going to be able to block that guy out. If he wants the ball, he's going to go get that rock.
Well, Craig, we talked about football in Texas a little bit. I've seen some smaller football teams in this Washington team here.
Yeah, definitely, especially in the city conference.
That's the 3rd time Long has completed an and one down there, getting an offensive rebound and a putback. He's very strong underneath the basket.
This may be Washington's best shooting group when you have Long, Trey Bellarino, Foster, James Blankley, and Trey White. And I'm probably messing up Trey Bellarino's last name. But Bellarino, that pretty much sounds like how I would say it. But forgive me for all his family members and friends if I am messing up his last name. Substitution. Number 2 comes back in for Milwaukee, Washington, and that is Kiariot McKee. Still, turning back over Bayview. Throws it to Cooks.
Nice
Cooks
pass.
goes up strong. 2-point lead. 67. I think that might be a delay of game warning on White. Leave the ball alone once the ball goes through. You can't touch the ball.
I'd like to see Bayview extend that defense a little bit. You know, that's a good way to speed up the tempo of the basketball game, right? Get your defense extended, speed Washington up on the offensive end, maybe take a quick shot or two.
Especially if you're Bayview, because you want to speed up this game. You want to get more possessions.
Absolutely.
We're getting under 10 minutes. 8:50 to go here in the second half. Milwaukee, Washington, 7-point lead, 60-67. Almost a steal by Bayview. White pass, Dante Martin. Martin goes. Decided to back out to Long for a tough 3-pointer. No good, but Foster.
Oh, big rebound.
Up strong. And one. Basket's good. Washington takes a 9-point lead. 8:44 go left here in the second half.
And Craig, we're seeing Washington just show how compassionate they are about the game of basketball, and they're really attacking the offensive rebound right now, making Bayview eat some of their own medicine, so to speak, right?
I'm pretty sure Bayview probably hasn't played a team like Washington in a sense with this much height, but not just height, but guys who want the basketball, who's going for the basketball.
These guys are players here at Washington. Having a guy like Trey here from Texas being a #1 player in his class, and a Foster kid, and Deontay Long, when he's at the top of his game, he's one of the best players in the country as well.
Yeah, and also this Milwaukee Washington been to the state the last 2 years, making the championship game last year and losing to Kakana in the state championship game. So this Washington team is battle tested, especially their key players, Martin, Foster, Long. So this team has been in tougher situations. His three-point shot tough by McCray. He can't make it. But again, you know Bayview will get a second chance. BJ for three. It's good. 63-70.
They needed that shot big time. But what Bayview doesn't want to do is get caught up in taking hero shots, right? You're not going to have a 7, 8-point shot. Just keep chipping away at it, Bayview. That's what's gotten you here all year.
Trey White goes up, short. Martin with the rebound. Washington's getting on that glass, and that's what they do. Foster, so long and strong. He comes out, and he decides to shoot a three. Timeout by Milwaukee, Washington.
Huge timeout.
That was a huge timeout.
Huge timeout for Coach Riley there.
Gia, what you got for us, Gia?
All right, guys, earlier I was able to sneak into Washington's huddle, and they were stressing defense. As we've been talking about all night long, is Washington's a very defensive-infused team. You know, and Mike Foster, he has definitely gotten settled in the second half. He's doing terrific on both sides of the court. And then you have the chemistry they're playing with. I mean, when it comes to Trey Wright, Dante Long, as well as you can see, there's a little battle going on. The chemistry, like I was saying, on Washington is fantastic. Well, Bayview, they're hanging their heads a little bit. The score is 70-63, Washington up. And I heard Coach saying that he wants a little bit more energy, as well as stopping the fouls and turnovers. So if there's any more updates, I'll make sure to bring them to you. Until then, I'm signing out. Giovanni Heath.
All right, thank you so much, Gia. And you're right. I think the defensive side by Freddie, you can tell they upped that defense because now Bayview had, 44 points at halftime, only 63 now with less than 8 minutes to go. So Freddie's definitely, Coach Riley is definitely emphasizing the defensive side of the ball.
That tempo thing we talked about in the pregame has taken the crowd a little bit out of the game and, you know, taking some air out of Bayview a little bit as well.
Long looks like he's going back to the free throw line. He probably has 10 attempts in this game alone, where you see Bayview's not getting to the free throw line. Washington is making a living, especially in the second half, at the free throw line, and that might be the biggest difference.
I tell you what, that's a testament to Mike Foster being around the rim. Bayview not attacking the basket as they would if there wasn't a 6'9", number 5 player in the country protecting the rim for Washington.
First free throw is up and good by Deontay Long. Second shot is good, 72-63. Bad pass there by McCray. Here comes White. White goes up, and it is good. Trey White. First time we really called his name here in the second half, but he had a great first half to get this team going. 70 now the lead blooms 74-63, 11-point lead for Milwaukee, Washington. And if you're Washington, you don't want to stop the clock.
You don't. Oh!
And Clay, BJ Henson, Shanti Clay Jr. gets into it. I think he knocked the ball out of his hand. And if you're Bayview, you do not want, if you're Milwaukee, Washington, you do not want to get involved in this type of foolishness just because you're winning.
So I'm a little bit confused. I thought there was a technical foul called there.
Maybe that might be the warning. He did hit the ball ever since. Could be, hopefully, the referees don't want to tee him up. He want to give him a warning.
I'm not sure about that call there. It looked like the referee called a technical foul. I don't know if he took it back or not.
I think we just got Enrique Ombagunwale is in the building, Notre Dame, former Divine Savior Holy Angel. She's checking out this game tonight. Shouts out maybe the #1 pick in the WBA this upcoming draft. So Milwaukee's very own. And I think her father used to be the principal at Milwaukee, Washington. So she has some Milwaukee, Washington ties. Mitchell Prickett, in and out, no good, but offensive rebound again, Bayview.
Oh, wow,
nice pass. Marlon
That's a nice pass.
I mean, Cooks goes up strong, 65-74.
Sheldon Williams-Dryden with a nice find inside.
7 minutes to go. And now you have to watch number 3 from Milwaukee, Washington. Clay can knock down the 3, so White can get in the middle. He'll have shooters. Tough shot, no foul. Foster, up and 1.
Just too much inside with Washington right now. Everything has come on offensive rebound, and one. Every single thing this second half is Washington just overpowering Bayview down low.
And Gia told us that Coach Riley, he listened to Huddle that was talking about the defense, but I think Coach Riley was talking about hit the glass, attack the rim, because they have a huge advantage here in the second half.
If you look at the comparison to the first half to the second half, you had Foster taking a whole bunch of
settling
long
for
jump shots.
Yes.
This half, you got Foster under the rim, getting the rebound along with Long, and they're really taking it to him.
Nice shot right there by Sheldon Williams-Dryden. If Washington starts to pull away, this could be a statement game for everybody else now. They have a third big 3. I haven't seen over and back call, okay. Because I haven't seen a carry call in high school basketball in over 35 years.
Was it a carry or
no, he was over and back. He did like this.
Okay.
So I'm like, carry?
Well, maybe young Trey, the courts are a little bit different in Texas.
Right. Maybe a little bit longer. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger than Texas.
So much great talent in the state of Wisconsin across the board. I seen something this past week. I don't know if it was Movement Hoops or the Morris Reel talking about the state of Wisconsin basketball, high school basketball, and having 5 players. Good move, basket right there by 25. Marlon Prickett having so much talent. Each class, besides the senior class, but you have guys like Jalen Johnson, the top 5 in his junior class. And then you also get to throw his running mate, Jabari Sibley. He's in that junior class too. Then you go to the sophomore class, Mike Foster, and then to me, I think the best player in this state, maybe the best player in the country, and that's the guy Patrick Baldwin Jr., a future pro at the 2-guard position. And now you have a guy like Trey White, a freshman. So Milwaukee is on the map from juniors to seniors. Good block by Foster and Long. So a lot of talent here in the state of Wisconsin. But if you're from here like we are, it's always been talent here. We just get recognized.
Absolutely, Craig. Milwaukee has always been a hotbed.
Yes.
One of the biggest things I would always say about Milwaukee is, people didn't find a way to drive up 94 any further than Chicago because Chicago was always known for their talent.
Yes.
Well, now they're even bypassing Chicago to fight right into Milwaukee.
Right, and that's a testament, I like to say, for guys like yourself, guys like the Jose Winston, guys before you like the Calvin Racers, the Silas Mills. We can go on and on about guys. Brian Gardner, BG, one of those guys, I think he's one of the top players that he used to go. He helped bring colleges in. So many guys before us that helped put us in a position where guys like Foster, the Loons, the guys, all those guys that help people come and recruit the state of Wisconsin.
Summer basketball has really shrunk the map with AAU and everything else that's going on out there. So now these guys are going to Las Vegas and Florida and California, and they're representing our state very well, which is bringing in a lot of college coaches, and it's making a lot more opportunity for guys.
A lot of great AAU programs, like you said, Kevon Looney Elite, which Foster plays on that team, and then you can't forget about NYLTLA. That's a farm system, but that's a farm system, but that's a circuit. But you have the Phenoms. That's an incredible program, incredible team. Tony Curl does a great job with his and Jose Winston also is on that program. And in your program, let's talk about that.
Okay.
You have an AAU program that helps youngsters develop, and you compete at a high level too. So the people out there don't know about your program, go ahead and let them know about your AAU circuit program.
Well, my program is Cream Cities Chosen, and what we try to do is we try to create a grassroots program that's going to help kids to better their skill level, but also give them some transferable skills outside of the basketball court. Some things that they can take on with them through life that's going to make them better people. We're interested in making better human beings, not just better basketball players.
And if people have never seen your coaching style, I got to see it kind of up close and personal when we worked the basketball movement with Robert Yanders. You're an old school coach. You tell it like it is, and you give them tough love, but you encourage the player.
Absolutely. It's really about loving. You know, loving words come from a loving place,
right.
And players understand that, right? Even if it's tough, even if it's a tough message, if it's coming from a loving place, it sounds like love.
Right. 71-79, 4:05 left here in the half. Milwaukee, Washington with an 8-point lead. The defense is stepping up on both sides of the team. The intensity is stepping up on both sides. And so a lot of basketball left, but if you're Bayview, you still want to get easy baskets. You want to work in transition. But Washington is only giving you one shot, and they're pounding the glass on the other end.
Craig, this is a 3-possession game. This game is not over yet. Bayview's right in striking distance here. 4 minutes to go, 71-79.
We have a substitution issue. They're saying they have.
He can't come in.
The
he
game.
can't come in on that dead ball. But like I said, this is a veteran officiated game. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, and they're not letting the crowd get on them. You can tell when you get younger officials, they kind of get
absolutely
spooked.
Clam up a little bit in the moment. These guys are right in their wheelhouse. They're used to this.
Christian up, no good. But the guy who gets every rebound, Cooks, no good.
Bayview all over the glass. This is what they do.
The best rebounding team in the country. I may be going a little extended when I said the country. The best rebounding team in the state.
Well, we're getting a great show, right. A great show of two teams really rebounding the basketball, making it tough on their opponents.
And when you think about rebounding, it could be two things. That means you either don't shoot well or you just attack the basketball better than anybody else. I'm going to go say they just attack the basket better than anybody else. And Washington is now in the stall.
Well, the game of basketball is a game of possessions. The more possessions you got, the more opportunities you'll have at it, right?
Foster passes to Martin. Martin shoots a crazy shot, but Foster's for a rebound. He goes up, loses it, out of bounds. No, saved. And here comes Bayview. 73-79, 3:10 left. Good pass. Kevin Cooks makes the shot. 75-79. The cheerleaders are running on the floor. The referee is telling them to sit down. Timeout call on the floor. Bayview with a 5-point swing. 75-79. You're watching the athlete. Timeout, 30-second time. The full timeout. We'll be back after this break.
Welcome to the Kings Collection, a luxury line exclusively for men. Shop now at Kings, K-I-N-G-Z, PalaceMenSpa.com.
Brothers Auto has been serving the community close to 20 years in business, and its sales team has a combined 200 years of knowledge throughout the dealership to help put you in the right car. Hanson Brothers Auto is family-owned and well-respected around the greater Milwaukee area. Hanson Brothers Auto offers a service department also. So stop in and let Hanson Brothers put you in the car you deserve. And welcome back to Bayview here in Bayview City Conference. We want to call it the championship game because if Washington can win, they put themselves in championship contention, even though they still have a big-time matchup this Monday as they take on Milwaukee Riverside, also 7-1, but then that will give Bayview their first loss in the conference. 75-79, 3 minutes remaining here in the second half, and we have a good one here, Sanjay.
Well, it's what we like to call money time.
We're going to get an update from Gia because she was in the midst of this crowd. This is a berserk crowd. I'm not sure what's going on in the side. Maybe we have these officials a bit. Gia, what you got for us?
All right, guys, as you can see, there's a little discrepancy out there on the floor. It was like that before the last timeout as well. I was able to sneak into Washington timeout once again, and they continue to focus on getting the ball inside and working the ball down there. And then you have Bayview. I went into their huddle for a quick second, and they're excited, and they believe that this is their game now. You know, Coach, he said, this is our game. This is what we live for. So if there's any more updates, or if I find out what's going on between the refs and Washington, I'll let you know. But signing out, I'm Giovanna Heath.
All right, thank you so much, Gia, for that.
This is a 2-1-2 that Bayview is playing, somewhat of a matchup. But eventually they're going to have to come out of that because Washington's in a storm.
Yes, they are. And this is what if you watched the state championship game last year, this is kind of what a lot of people are saying was one of the things they scratched their head on. So now this is good practice in the clutch game, getting practice of your stall game. So this is something that you can only practice in a real-time situation. When you're doing it in practice, it's not real. And the pressure almost caused a turnover. Long was able to knock it off the Bayview defender. The ball was stayed with Washington.
Well, Craig, you know, some of the best teams that come out of the city, they've learned the art of stalling the basketball in these clutch situations.
Yes.
Coach Jose Winston played for a pretty good coach here, Diener, and another good coach who was really good at this, a coach who coached at Rufus King High School.
Coach Goss.
Coach Goss. Yes. They were pretty good at stalling the basketball when they got a lead and getting the kind of shots that they wanted.
I think we're going to have a foul call, and both teams are in the bonus. Milwaukee Washington in the double bonus, so the next foul for them will be 2 shots. And Dante Martin is at the line with a 79-75 point lead, 2:08 remaining here in the second half.
These are some big-time free throws here.
First shot is up, and that is good.
Washington really needed that free throw to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. The crowd has really got involved here. Let's see what we come back with Bayview for the next offensive possession.
The athlete here live at Milwaukee Bayview, Craig Hart, alongside my partner filling in today, and he's a friend of the program, Sanjay Adele, won the Milwaukee Grace High School and college, and went over and had a great professional career. And now you're back in the Milwaukee area, running your own AAU program and doing great things for the community. 81-75, 2 minutes to go. Bayview with the ball. BJ goes, tough shot, off the glass, no good. Rebound again by Milwaukee Washington. Deontay, here comes Foster. He goes to Euro. Can't get the shot to go down, but he'll be going to the line, shooting 2. And that's how you know you're at a city game, when they bring out the yellow ropes right before 2 minutes left. To make sure the crowd doesn't run on the floor, they bring out those yellow ropes. Gotta love the city, baby.
Well, we definitely want to get guys going in one direction, right?
Yeah.
We don't want kids, you got the high school kids, we want to go in one direction. We want everybody to be safe, and MPS is doing a great job with that.
Now, Foster makes the first free throw, 82-75, 1:47 here remaining, and Washington 7-point lead. Second shot's good. Here comes Bayview, 144. BJ's going. He goes up, challenges Mike, goes out of bounds, catches the ball out of bounds, turnover. Not a great possession if you're Bayview, if you're Coach Longley. You can't be happy with that possession.
If you're Bayview here, you want to be quick, but you don't want to hurry, right? You want to get a good shot, a good look at the basket, a one-on-one shot or a one-on-zero shot. That's when you either got a shot with you and your best player, or you got somebody all alone shooting the basketball.
A lot of people peg this as one of the biggest games in Bayview in the last 20 years for this program. So since their state championship days. Oh, Long goes upstairs. He gets the basket plus the foul. That makes it 84-75. Under 85 seconds remaining left in this game. Long trying to connect on his three-point play. You see right there inside the crowds, been an electric crowd here tonight. Both teams, both crowds represented their school very well. Long second shot is up and good. 10-point lead, 85-75. Milwaukee Washington up 120 here left. McCray goes off the glass. No good. Foster with the rebound. Foster almost lost it. He did lose it to McCray. Gets it to Cooks. Cooks
That's a nice
goes up
pass
two.
from
Timeout by Bayview. Great ball awareness by McCray to steal that and behind the back pass.
Behind the back. Really, really risky play and very, very low reward, but he found a way to get it done.
So timeout call, full timeout by Bayview, 77-85. We're going to get a look into probably Washington huddle right there as you see with the crowds. Let's take a look at what does Sean has up. That's the Milwaukee Washington crowd. And this, you can't tell me there's not passion here in the city conference still as that shot of the Milwaukee Washington fan. They sense that their team at least is going to get maybe a piece of that city conference championship. If you're Bayview, if you're Coach Longley, what are you telling your players right now? 1:10 left, only down 8. Like you said, 3 or 4 possession game.
What I would do, I got to extend my defense. We sat back in that 2-3 zone. We kept ourselves in striking distance basically the whole entire game. But Long has been a huge factor down there. Foster has been a huge factor down here. Let's go some man-to-man right up in your face and bump and grind. And let's test Washington's ball handling here and see if they make some mistakes down the stretch here.
Well, if you want to foul somebody, I think the guy to foul, if you have to foul somebody at Bayview, is probably Martin. Jonte Martin, only a 65% free throw shooter, and he's going to go long, and they're going to get a ball to Trey White. You got to go for the steal or foul. Tough pass by White to Martin, and that's the kid you want to put on the line. Jonte Martin, only a 66% free throw shooter on the year. 77-85, 103 remaining.
Well, Coach Riley has some confidence in Jonte with having him in the game right now. A lot of guys get caught up in who starts the game, but I think the coach is most confident with who finishes the game. That's very, very important.
Free throw. Second free throws by Jonte Martin. It's up and good, giving Washington a 10-point lead. Substitution call for Bayview. Number 20 comes in the game for Milwaukee Bayview, and that is Cordell Simmons. That's the three-point guy. So if you're Milwaukee Washington, you want to make sure you know where Cordell Simmons knocked down 3 big threes in that first half.
Well, Washington still giving some pressure, making Bayview work for everything they get. Tough shot.
Tough shot. And right now, it's going to be a free throw game. Let's see if Washington can, if you're Milwaukee Washington, you're doing a great job. Defensively, you held this team, the highest scoring team in the city conference right now, 10 points under their average for the season.
And that's right what you wanted to do. Freddie Riley did a great job making adjustments at the halftime, getting Mike Foster around the basket, getting Long around the basket, and that's been a difference in this ball game. Deontay Long has had maybe 4 or 5 and-ones here in the second half, and that's just tough to deal with.
Yeah, and I think Milwaukee Washington, like you said, gave Bayview a taste of their own medicine. They hit the boards, got second, third, sometimes fourth opportunity, and Long kind of created the pace by getting and-ones, being aggressive, attacking the rim, knowing no one in the state can check him if he's aggressive and has his win under him.
Well, let's be honest here. Great. Long is about 6'5", and he looks at every bit of 240, 250.
Yeah, he looks like a linebacker. He can play linebacker right now, but he's still, he is still, Milwaukee Washington is winning 88-77, 50 seconds left. BJ for 3, that 3 is good. Big shot. That makes it 80-88.
With some pressure. Oh, and steal!
Steal by BJ. Bayview comes up with it. McCray for 3.
Oh!
That is good. We have a game. 86-88. 2 tough three-pointers by Bayview, cutting the lead to 5, 88-83. And don't leave. This is, if you're the fans, you can't get back in the building. It reminds me of the finals, the San Antonio Spurs and Miami Heat. You left a good one. 33 seconds and 2 turnovers by Washington put this game right. This is a 2-possession game right now.
And a young freshman showing ice in his veins, knocking down the first part of that free throw.
Now, for basketball players, you want Long, White, or Foster with the ball now in crunch time. No one else should handle the basketball unless it's them. White, second free throw is good. Make it 90-83, 30 seconds remaining here in the second half. BJ gets the screen, tough three at the top. He falls down, no good. Block shot by Foster. 23 seconds, and Washington's going to try to run out the clock. No fouls. Coach Longley is not going to foul. He doesn't want to stop the clock. 14 seconds, looks like Milwaukee, Washington. Foster with the two-hand slam. And Bayview will lose the big-time matchup as Milwaukee, Washington will get a 94-83 win here in the city. Milwaukee, Washington. Foster with the two-hand slam. And Bayview will lose the big-time matchup as Milwaukee, Washington will get a 90. Comes up big with a 94-83. Yes, he made that guy fall. Big-time game for the City Conference as they put on a great show. Hats off to Bayview. Big-time matchup. Milwaukee, Washington came in prepared as they were able to get a big-time win. And we're going to have Coach Freddie Roddy come over and talk to us here at halftime. At the end of the game. But we're going to have our very own Giovanna Heat. She's going to come up with the players of the game. All right, Gia, whenever you're ready, we're ready. Okay, Gia, what you got?
So you want me to go over there?
I'm going to talk to these two.
Can I stay with these guys? These are my guys. These are my guys.
All right.
I'll stay with my guys.
All right, so first I'm going to start. All right, guys, so we have Washington here. What a success. 94-83 final score. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
And with Trey, welcome to Milwaukee. What a welcome. How does it feel?
Great, man. It's great to be here. It's like family.
Family all around. Coach, how does it feel for you?
Feels awesome. We knew how big this game was coming into it. These guys really want to prove themselves, show that they belong, show that they can play on this type of platform, this type of stage, and they did an awesome job tonight.
Now, Mike, how does it feel having extra help? Normally, you're the head honcho of this team. What does it feel like?
Man, I can take a break now. I feel like I can take a couple plays off. I go hard every time. I had 14 to 13 blocks, so on the offense I get to chill. Now I get to go harder on defense.
Now, coming into this first half, you struggled just a bit on offense. And then, I talked to Coach at halftime, and you said he just needs to settle into the game. Halftime, you came out. Second half, you finally settled in. What was the change for you mentally and out here on the court?
That came to me talking about you two geek, because on the bus we was geek, man, we finna put a hole in these new boys, man. So therefore, I had to calm down. I was geek. I'm probably most energized dude on the team, so I had to just calm myself real quick.
And Trey, a quick question for you. What does it feel like joining this team right now?
Man, it's like a brotherhood. It's a family. I love all these guys. We got a big thing coming.
And your legacy, now that you're here, you're not in the warm climate of Dallas anymore. You're here in cold Milwaukee, just temporarily. What would you like to have Milwaukee know you for?
A winner.
A winner, a killer, yeah, all of us.
And, Coach, any last final words from you? Hey,
I don't want to take anything away from this Bayview team. This is an awesome team. They're having an awesome season. Coach Daryl Longley is doing a great job with these guys. They came and competed. They played hard. They gave us everything. But tonight, our guys was just a little bit better tonight, and I'm proud of the effort that they gave.
Now, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I told Coach, hey, they want to talk to you over there. He said, I don't want to leave my guys. This is family. This is family. So it was a terrific win for Washington, 94-83 once again. We're going to see you at the next game. Signing out with Washington right here. I'm Giovanna Heath.
Now you can throw your dub up, Mike.
Throw that dub up.
That's all right.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much, Gia. We're going to still bring Coach Riley over here so we can talk about his game plan. And this is a big-time matchup, big-time win for Coach Riley and his crew. So we want to give shouts out to Washington and for all that great things that they did. Yes. All right, we're here with head coach of Milwaukee, Washington, winning coach, Coach Riley. Coach, this was a big-time matchup for you guys. This team was scoring 88 points on the year. You held them to 83, a little bit under the mark. That second half, it was a big change, it seemed like, for this team. You guys pounded the ball, Long took over, got to the free throw line, him and Foster. What was the game plan coming in when you knew this team had 3 guys who liked the rebounding?
Well, one thing when we looked at, we know that they was awesome inside attacking with their high-low game. And we want to kind of counter that with hit them with some inside and see if we can draw some early fouls on their big guys and try to make them a little bit less aggressive with us. And we did a good job in the first half of containing their offensive punch in the inside. But more importantly, we got going offensively with them in the inside the second half. And that kind of opened it up. Trey did an awesome job distributing the ball. Deontay did an awesome job of distributing the ball when necessary, but you hit it right on the head. Long is peaking right now. He's not in the best shape, but I tell you right now, his IQ and his skill set is something right now to be respected. And he's playing hard, and I appreciate that from Deontay.
And Coach Sanjay just said that too. He might not be in the best shape, but he has that grown man strength where he was able to kind of control that paint in the second half.
Absolutely.
He had multiple and
you know.
multiple and ones. And we were talking about how this team is. When we have Jose here, he always talk about positionless basketball. But it seemed like in that second half, you made a great effort to put Foster on that block and make him
absolutely,
do some work down.
absolutely. We seen that Mike the first half was a little energy. He was energetic, and he started to get a little impatient and started to kind of float to the perimeter. And we told him, just calm down, man. Calm down. It's going to come. Pick your spot. Stay inside. D will find you. Let us work it through D first. And D, one of our greatest passers on the team, one of the most unselfish guys. And if you seal your guy or if you get the high-low, walk him up enough, then D will find you. And Trey is an excellent passer to be such a young guy, man. He's so seasoned, so experienced, and has a great IQ to be so young. They'll be able to find you. And Mike trusted that the second half. He settled in and started to make plays. But most importantly, he had an impact on the defensive end. I mean, the guy must have had double-digit blocks tonight. I mean, that's a first. And if Mike plays with that type of energy on the defensive end, we could be pretty darn tough.
I think Sanjay may have something for you.
Yeah. Coach, walk me through the halftime adjustments you made. That first half was pretty even. You had Foster taking some long jump shots, but it seemed like you made an adjustment, getting guys to the high post and getting Foster up underneath the rim. And he was more effective offensively, but obviously he was very effective defensively. But walk me through the halftime adjustments that you made.
It was 3 keys that I was really concerned with starting into the game, and it was covering their three-point shots because they're a really good three-point shooting club. Stopping their transition defense and really rebounding. I thought we did a good job of containing the inside. I thought the second half they got loose with a couple of threes, but for the most part, the second half we eliminated their transition.
Absolutely.
They really couldn't get out in transition and really running, and then at that point it's just kind of playing really solid shell drill defense, getting out on the shooters and then rebounding the ball. And I think it started with just the run in the second half of breaking it open, of us just eliminating the transition. In the first half, they got a lot of buckets off us transition because, you know, when you got a big team out there like that, all those guys can rebound really good, man, and they all want to go to the glass. And we got to tell them, hey, man, remember, we don't get that. Somebody got to get back.
Absolutely.
So we addressed that in the second half. We made a couple of adjustments, put Ray in, put Trey Cruz in, Salil Trey, put him in, and Corian did an awesome job of defending his own ball defense. Man, that kid is, man, his own ball defense, it's like the Fletchers, it's like Calvin Rayfors. This guy is disruptive in the full court own ball defense, man, and that's huge for us, man. It gives guys like Trey and them and them guys breaks a little bit where they don't got to spend a lot of energy. But the second half, to your point, Sanjay, I think it was we eliminated their transition defense, and now they have to figure out how to score in the half-court set.
Absolutely. All right. And my last question, Coach, having a kid like Trey coming in, Anthony coming in, all the way from Dallas, and having a week to prepare or a few days to prepare for a big game, big city game like this, What does the conversation sound like when you're trying to get him acclimated to what it is you do here at Washington?
Well, a lot of it this past week was just going through our plays, seeing what plays he was comfortable with that we could throw in right away that fits him. Where it caters to his game and still allows us to be strong and be competitive on the offensive end as well. And he likes to play with the ball. He's a playmaker, man. He can make big-time plays, and I don't want to take away his strength. So we tried to find the plays that we normally run, that we could get the ball in his hand and make some plays, but at the same time don't go away what our strength is, and that's getting that ball in the inside.
All right, so big-time win for Milwaukee, Washington, as they win 94-83. Up next for Washington is this Monday, as they will be playing, and not the first close, but the City Review, a makeup game. You guys take another big-time game, because that's Milwaukee Riverside. They're 7-1. Now we have a three-way tie for conference, could be a conference championship.
And listen, this conference is so strong, Craig. People don't understand, man. The city is back. The city is back for real. It's very competitive, man. I was just talking to Coach before the game, and we talking about, you look at the top 6 teams, we pretty much got over 5-6 wins. When you go start looking at some of the other conferences, you break off the top 2 guys, it's a lot of guys with under 5 wins. And that's huge for us. You think of Bayview being 5-7 last year, and this year they right now with only 1 loss. I mean, that's amazing, man. Like, you know,
Milwaukee,
you look at Madison,
another great team.
Vincent losing a 30-point score. Rob Anderson is still maintaining. You know, and Hamilton is 4-1 right now too. I mean, so it's very competitive.
It's
got
very
your work
heavy.
cut out for you.
Absolutely.
So for everyone here, make sure we'll be live streaming that game this Monday at the Panther Arena, 6:30. The City Review will be on live 6:15. Milwaukee, Washington takes on Milwaukee Riverside. A lot at stake. City Conference Championship online again for Milwaukee, Washington. For everyone here at the Athlete, thank you, Sanjay Adele, for pitching in. Jose Winston, you're on vacation. We'll have you back next week. For everybody else, thank you for watching The Athlete.
Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. I'm super magnetic, bring the championship to me. Super with exclusives, hit the link and you can see what it takes to be a top athlete. Coast to coast we going, so to come up you can see. From the court to the field to the track we can meet. Everything exclusive, straight behind the scenes. This the athlete. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Now let's talk about the athlete. The path is like a track meet. Distractions in the crowd, you gotta master that within thee. Passion in the how, you put it down, then we'll see the difference between the others and the athlete. You must subscribe to Focus, click the link and notice. All the Flyers culture, all in sports you know it. We always thinking forward to the biggest moment. Welcome to the show, is the athlete. I'm jumping for my dreams, Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams, Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams, Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams, the athlete.